Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurwreck Autos HQ. So guys, it is early today. I'm a little bit early because we've got another new project being delivered from Sandwich, Copart Sandwich to me. It just made sense really for this. I found a guy that will do it, and he'll do it from he lives in Sandwich, but he'll do it from Sandwich to me for £120. Just when you work out the diesel and the time, it's going to take me a good 3 hours round trip for me to go and pick it up on a trailer and bring it back here. Yeah, I couldn't even do it for that. So yeah, I've got this guy coming this morning. He's going to drop it over to me. We're going to have a look at it. We're going to get started. We're going to get straight into it, find out what's going on. I've got a real funny feeling that this one is going to be quick, super quick. There's not much damage with it, and that was the reason why I went for it. It's got pretty low mileage for its age, which is a 2012, and I think it's got 50,000 miles on the clock, so pretty low for what it is. So let's get it in when it turns up. I'll show you what we've got. Well, first of all, I've got to get out the Peugeot 108. I'll put the wheels back on that, have a clear up in the unit, and then we'll get the new project inside and get cracking with it. So let's do this. Right, guys, I've got the new project in behind me. Let's get into it. I'll show you what we've got, what we're dealing with, and then we're going to get straight stuck in today with this one. So let me show you what we've got. It is a Ford C-Max titanium in this quite nice blue, actually. I'm really liking this blue. It looks really nice against this black trim. You can see it's got all these black trims on the actual front bumper as well down here. It looks really nice. So anyway, guys, look, Ford C-Max. You can see straight away on the window it says near side front suspension bent. Now let me just go around here and show you, because this is unbelievable. Like how they, it's crazy. It is unbelievable that they've wrote this car off for that. They haven't wrote it off for anything else but that suspension damage. I know I get a lot of people saying that, some people think that the insurance companies will walk around the whole car, and because there's damage on other parts of the car that's not related to the actual crash or the actual damage, that they write it off all around the car. They don't. They just write it off for the damage that was done in an accident or in a, whatever happened. In this case, it's this near side front suspension broken or busted or whatever. But you can see that at an angle that wheel is, it's kind of tucked in like that. The actual steering wheel is straight there. That wheel's straight. So, and it just, that is the only thing that they've wrote this car off for, is this near side front suspension on the wheel. So I don't know what is going on behind there yet. So we need to get it on the ramp. We need to get it at least straight, the wheel, so I can move it around and stuff like that. Because even though this is the actual damage for the insurance company to write it off, we've still got stuff around the car that I want to deal with, such as this wing mirror, as it looks like it's popped off. Whether or not something's gone down the side of this car, because we've got a little bit of scuffing going on the actual on the bumper there, but a lot of that, if I just show you, look, a lot of this will just come off. So you can imagine what is going to come off. That's just me rubbing it away. Like, you know, once I clean it all up, get the polisher on it, you know, really sort of go all over it, most of that will be gone. And then we'll just have a little bit more just to touch up with a little bit of paint. And that's it really on that front. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go around the whole car and, you know, sort everything out. So like here as well, you got a little bit of a scuff. So we're going to go all over that. And then again, touch that up. These look like they're sort of, do you know, like where you drive down a country lane and the bushes sort of scrape down the side of your car? Well, that's exactly what that looks like there. But again, I've tried to rub them out, and you can see there, they just come out, look. So it ain't going to take much to get this all sort of, you know, flattened back, polished off, whatever, with the actual machine. It shouldn't be that bad. But even going around the back, you know, we've got a couple of little bits and pieces where the paint's come off. The bumper here. So that's going to have to be touched up. We've got a, it looks like someone's been going across to France in this car, because the indications to me looks like someone's going across. We've got this here as well. Actually, that's a magnet. So I'll probably just get that off and remove that. We don't want that on there. But yeah, what I was saying, someone's been going across into France for this one, and there's a few indications for why I think this, but one major one is that there's something in the car that you have to have when you go over into France, and that's like a breathalyzer for alcohol, and that is actually in the car still. It's in there, but I'll show you that in a second. But the rest of the car, guys, is really, really nice and smart. It's got discs and pads all round, which look, there's no lip on the back on the actual discs whatsoever, all and the fronts as well. So that's really good. Someone has been sort of servicing this car and looking after it. It does need a good clean inside and out. It does. Looks like they've had a couple of kids in here, kids seats or whatever. Looks like there's indication of kids seats because you can tell the way they're sitting on the actual seat. So it does need a good clean, this car, which we will do always. But yeah, let me show you the inside. This is the titanium version. So it's got quite a lot of stuff going on. Really, got cruise control, which you don't normally get on the lower spec models with the Fords. We've got 2 keys, and look at the mileage on this car. 53,616 miles. That was one of the reasons why I went for this, because of that mileage is really, really nice and low. So, and you know, I knew it come with 2 keys, so I knew it had 2 keys, low mileage, and it was a titanium and very, very little damage. So we're gonna have a look at that damage. We're gonna sort it out today. We're gonna straighten the wheel up, but also there is the engine side of this car that we need to do, because unless I can physically see that the timing belt has been done in the service book, which this has actually got a service book with it. It's got nice, all the booklets. We've got the actual booklet here, and I'll show you the service record. And I've already checked it out, but it's got nothing on there when it comes to the timing belt. So, which is a real shame, really. But you know, it is what it is. We've got to deal with it and change it. But let me show you this service history, because I didn't know this service history come with the car, because they don't tell you at Copart. But let me show you the actual service history with this car. Now, it's got a stamp there, but no sort of writings. I don't know what that's all about. So this is 2012 car. So we've got 2013 there, 2014, 15, 16, 17, and these are all main dealer guys as well. Look, Bristol Street Motors, Ford, Bristol Street, Ford, Bristol Street, Ford. They're all Ford main dealer. 18, 20, so we're missing 19. We're missing 19 there. 20, 21, 22. We're missing 23. So it obviously needs a service. But you can see that obviously the last service it had 43,000 miles. And we're on 53. So it's definitely due a service, and it should have really had one last year, but it didn't. So we're missing 2 service stamps here. But the good thing about this is that it's all like Ford main dealer. Look, they're all main dealer service stamps, which is fantastic. That is an absolute result. But like I said, no writing or indication that the timing belt has been done. So I want to do it. The clutch on this car as well is right down the bottom. So I think someone's actually done some work on this car. Really, really nice. Just absolutely starts lovely. No hesitation whatsoever. So, and the clutch is right down to the bottom. The biting point is right at the bottom. So I think someone's done a clutch on this car. Because it is like, 2012. So it is a few years old. But yeah, like I said, we need to do the timing belt. But let me just show you. Let me show you what I found in here. Look at this, look. So these are French breathalyzers. I don't know. I've actually never been to France. So I don't know if this is a thing you have to have in your car when you're driving around in France. I know you have to have certain things because the mother-in-law told me once that you have to have like a high vis. Is that correct? You have to have a high vis in your car when you're driving through France, or Spain. I'm not sure, but this is really random. But this is an unopened pack. It's not been opened, and they're breathalyzers. Look. So yeah, and it tells you if you're over the limit or not, which is mad. I've not seen this before. Never seen this before, but there must be a thing. But you don't see them over here, do you? I don't see them in the UK. Which is, I don't know, really. I've never I'm not a drinker, I've got to be honest, so I don't really look for these kind of things or see them. But yeah, I just thought I'd show you. So yeah, there we go. What do we think so far, guys? With the whole package, you've got to look at it as the whole package. The car, what it comes with. The other thing as well is that what I paid for this car. So they reckon, well, I'll show you what they reckon. I'll come over to the computer. We'll get up Copart and I'll show you exactly the car. This is it. This is what I paid for the car. So just over 1,500 quid was my maximum bid plus fees, and it come out to 1,850. So that's what I paid for it, 1,850 plus £120 delivery. So it is really getting up there close to £2,000. But they reckon estimated retail is 5.2. Now that 5.2 is always, I think Copart has always overpriced their cars when it comes to that kind of thing. I don't know why they do that, because it's not really fair, but they do. But if you go back and we look at eBay, and the same car, but all these cars, some of them are going to be dealers. So always dealers going to sort of up their prices for sort of VAT reasons and overheads and all that kind of stuff. But let me just give you an example of what sort of prices they are going for. So you can see there 4,995, but it's done 61,000 miles. 4,995. You know, again, 4,995, 102,000 miles, 102,000 miles, and they want 4,995, which is mad. It's crazy to think that. But then obviously, if you look down here, 4,995, 73,000 miles. So it's all over the place really when it comes to pricing this car. I've tried to sort of, you know, gauge, you know, what it'd be worth. Don't get me wrong, it is only a Cat N, so you know we need to knock off 20-25% off the recommended retail price of the car. But still, it's not going to take a lot to get this one done. It's going to take a little bit of suspension work there. We're going to do the timing belt, the water pump, the full service, because it's due a full service, and I think it's due a timing belt as well. So we're going to do that as well. For me, I just like doing those kind of things. If you bought a car, let's say you bought a car from one of these dealers, how do you know what's been done? You can't physically see what's been done on any of those cars, because no one's doing what I'm doing, which is showing step by step what's been done on the car for peace of mind for the new owner. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what to sort of put it up for, what to sell it for, what it's going to be worth when I'm done. But they're all just crazy mileage, like 95,000 miles, 4,995. 80,000 miles. I can't find one really that's done 50,000 miles. They're all sort of all up here in the 70s, 80s, 90s. So yeah, again, look, 4,995, 90,000 miles. So that, I suppose, Copart's recommended retail price, where they're saying it's 5.2, is probably quite close to what it should be. I suppose I'd say it's probably 5. So even if I get 3,995 for this car, someone is going to get an absolute bargain with all that service history, 2 keys, timing belt done. I'm going to get the MOT done as well, so it's going to have a brand new MOT, hopefully with no advisories, but that's what we always aim for. And just another car being fixed, guys. But yeah, I do like to, you know, pull these little diamonds out of the rough and then save them, because this would have just gone probably to a breaker, and that would have broke it up for parts. So we're going to save another car. But yeah, I quite like it. I think it's quite a nice car. It don't need much doing to it. It don't need much doing to it at all. So let's get cracking. I'm going to move it over on the ramp. We're going to take it up in the air. We're going to take the wheel off. We're going to have a look at the engine. We'll have a look at that as well. And we'll just start. Yeah, we'll start on working on this one, because this one is going to be quick. We can just work on this one. The other ones, like the Peugeot 108 and the Peugeot 308, I'm still waiting for logbooks for those 2 cars. So this one comes with the logbook as well. So a very quick car this one's going to be. We should be able to get it done in a couple of days. I can't see no reason why. So let's get cracking. Let's move it over. Let's do this. Right, guys, this is unbelievably crazy why this car has been written off. So let's have a look and see. I'll show you what I found. So straight away you can see that tie rod, the inner and outer tie rod, is completely bent over like that, and that's it. There's nothing else that's damaged. It got a little scuff on the bottom of the control arm, but it's not bent, or it's just been scuffed. So that's the reason. That's the reason why this was writ off. Now this goes to show that if they just actually looked at these cars, the insurance assessors, if there was enough insurance assessors in the country and they were paid to come out to look at these cars, they would have seen that this would have been that this would have been fixable, basically, because if they've estimated retail value at this and at Copart, and then that's what the insurance are saying, it's worth 5.2. Surely, if this was taken, the wheel was taken off and looked at, they would have seen that and gone, well, that leg's not damaged, that's not damaged. It just needs that inner and outer tie rod. Replace that, get the tracking done, and that's it. That is it on this. It's unbelievable. Like, just baffles me. Really baffles me sometimes when I find these cars. It is crazy. Like the actual. Yeah, it's mad. It's actual madness. The good thing I found as well, guys, is look, this car has got. Let me just do it like that so you can see. See, it's got Motorcraft brake pads, and they're brand new. So whoever owned this car previously, and this has only ever had 2 owners from new, but whoever owned this car recently has only taken it to a main dealer to have the service done and any maintenance work done on it, like brake pads. I'm going to take the rear, the wheels off the back as well, just to see what them discs and pads are like at the back, but I'm assuming it's going to be the same as this. Someone has really looked after this car and only taken it to a main dealer to get any work done and looked at. So yeah, that's only, you know, that's fantastic. That is, finding them pads like that. That is crazy. But you know, that track rod in and tie rod and end is just needs to be replaced. So yeah, I am going to now go and order some bits and pieces. I'm going to order a track rod end, inner and tie rod. I'm also going to order the timing belt kit and water pump, full service as well, oil change, oil filter, air filter. Going to do that. I think I've got new spark plugs for this engine, so but I'll just change the spark plugs out. But there's a lot of room. There's a real lot of room to work around this engine. The only trouble at the front here, there's a lot of work room. At the back there's not. This actual scuttle possibly is going to be in our way. It's going to be a little bit more tricky to get to that timing belt there and stuff like that, because it goes under. You can see it there, goes. The engine just goes right back. So I'm going to see what it's like if I get frustrated. Right, sorry about that, guys. Someone come to the door and yeah, wanted to talk, so I had to stop recording and filming until they've gone. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so yeah, timing belt, water pump, full service, and I think I've got some spark plugs. But I can see, I don't know why it's doing this, but we've got to try and investigate this. But I can see, I don't know if you can, if it's coming out on camera, but I can see like sort of, if it's oil splatters or something seems to be splattering something over there. So I want to investigate what is going on, because it is a little bit messy, a little bit dirty. It could be coming from that. It actually looks like it might be coming from that connector there. It looks a bit... Yeah. So, anyway, we've got to investigate that. We're going to look into that in a little while. I want to get the wheel and the suspension done first. So I'm going to order some parts. Let's get cracking. They won't take long to turn up. So let's get this off, and then we can then wait for the part to turn up, and we're going to remove this and replace it for the new one. So let's do this. Right, okay, so guys, let me show you what I've been doing. New inner and end. All nice and straight, how it should be, like that. Obviously, I've wound it off the end, and it was 20 turns off and 20 turns on. Also got a new Jubilee clip at the back there, so that's holding it in place. But yeah, it's... it is what it is, isn't it, really? It just had to be changed, but that's it. It's all straightened up. So, you know, that's the reason why it was written off. That is unbelievable, isn't it, really? Let's be honest. That's crazy. Anyway, we're going to move on. I'm going to do now is we're going to turn our attention to the front end. We've got to get this engine cover down. We'll have a look at underneath. We'll see if there's any leaks at all, any oil leaks or nothing like that going on. The drive shafts are clean, so they're not leaking. I can see it this side, but I need to check the other side to see if it's leaking. But that one there is not leaking, so that's good. So yeah, let's get set up, and we'll start on the engine, and we'll see if I can do it without removing that scuttle panel at the top. So let's continue. Let's do this. Right, okay, let me just cut in here, guys. Just want to quickly show you this, what's been going on. First thing I want to show you is underneath of this engine, because look how clean that is. I've not touched that at all with any cleaner, and look how clean, even the end of the compressor there, look. Look how clean it is in there, look. It's so nice, really, really nice. So the drive shaft is not leaking on the gearbox, definitely not leaking. But we have got a drip somewhere, it's coming from somewhere above. I think it's coming from that adapter on that brake fluid, .4 reservoir, or some sort of pipe up there. Something's not quite right here, so I'm gonna have to try and figure out what is going on, and see if we can, replace. It might be just a pipe that's loose, just wants cracking up a bit more. I don't know really, but we'll see. What we'll have to do is clean it up, and let it run for a bit, and then obviously, you know what I mean, take it for a test drive, then come back, then check. So it's going to take a while to sort of try and pinpoint it, but I just want to quickly show you the underneath of this car, because it just looks so good. Really, really nice and clean. It's incredible, isn't it? Like, this part here looks like it's like a brand new engine. Like, it's just rolled off the forecourt. It's incredible. So definitely considering the age, 12 years old, this has got to be the best condition that I've found so far when it comes to these cars. Definitely. But let me show you what I've been doing on the top end, because I'm basically just getting it ready now to get it all timed up. Let me just bring it down and I'll show you the engine side of it on the top. Again, so clean, really, really is nice. So I've been stripping it out and getting it ready so we can get this all timed and lined up. But look at the condition of that in there. Look, it is so nice. That's the result of basically someone looking after this and doing the regular services on these engines, and that's exactly what's happening. It's so nice to see. It really is. So yeah, but basically what I've been doing is I've been taking off all these stuff to get to the starter motor. You can see it in there. So that's the flywheel, and I've got a locking plate that goes across there and locks up that flywheel whilst we remove the crank bolt down there. I always like to lock them up through. Some people don't do it. People don't bother locking the flywheel, but I just think it's best really, and it don't take long just to whip out the actual intake. Again, look at the actual thermostat housing, no leaks, absolutely spot on, looks really, really nice and clean. So yeah, definitely a nice one. This one's going to be for someone, definitely. So there we go. Right, let's continue. Now what we've got to do is get it timed up, support the engine on this side so we can remove all this end, the engine mount and that cover. Water pumps just there as well. So we're going to start now getting into locking this engine up and getting it ready to replace the timing belt, and we'll have a look at it to see if it's the original belt, because there is actually markings on these cams. You can see those markings there. I don't know if that's, and there's some more there, look. I don't know if that's someone that's changed this before and they've used those dots to keep it timed, or I don't know, but really, but there is no writing on that service book to tell me that this has been done, so I have to do it, and it's definitely needed for the age. You know, it's 2012, so it's there really. Not mileage, but age, it's there and over. In fact, it should be 10 years, I think, isn't it? 10 years or 100,000 miles, is it, on these ones? But we're going to do it anyway. So let's get set up. We'll get it all timed up. We'll get to the timing belt. Let's see if we can get it off today. If not, it will be in tomorrow's video. But let's just see how far we get. Let's keep going. Let's do this. Right, okay, guys, there we go. That is the timing belt and water pump off. Ready to receive the new one. Look how clean it is in there. Again, you know, it's just so clean and tidy. It's just, yeah, it's really, it's really nice to see. Do you know what I mean? It really is, because most of them that I sort of come across or whatever, they're just all old, dirty, tired, you know. But this one, it's just absolutely bang on. Yeah, really, really nice. So there we go. That is it, ready to receive the new water pump, new timing belt. But let me show you the original one. And this is the reason why I wanted to change it. So as you can see there, that is a Formico, and I think that's the original belt. I don't think this has been done by Fords. It's this ain't the second. This is definitely the original belt, because otherwise it would be in the book. Surely a main dealer, if they've changed this, a main dealer would have said it in the service record or the service book that it's been done, but it clearly hasn't. So yeah, it's just nice, and it's a good job that I'm doing it now, ready for the new owner, to peace of mind. And years and years and years of great motoring and, you know, reliable an engine. It's just really gonna be really nice for someone. The whole package, do you know what I mean? The whole package car, it's just going to be a really, really nice car. I think it's more aimed towards the actual family market, but even people that want to do like fishing, they want to they can put the seats back down. They can have a really big, nice back seat, you know. So it's not necessarily towards families, but more families go for this car than than anyone else, really. So, yeah, but that is where we are, guys. I'm going to have to leave it there. I've run out of time. That is going to be the end of today's video, and then obviously on the new project. Don't forget, drop me a comment. Let me know what you think about today's video that I've spoke about. Obviously, the cost of it. I've spoke about, you know, what it's worth. I've spoke about, you know, the whole car, really. So drop me a message. Drop me a, you know, down below. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, guys. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't already, don't forget, hit that subscribe button. Let's try and get it close to 15,000 subscribers if we can. But yeah, really appreciate all the support, and we'll see you tomorrow, part 2 on this C-Max. Thanks for watching. See you soon.